Sometimes a garden tells you it's time for a change.
Hi guys, welcome to Gardening with Friends. Today I'm at one of my clients' gardens and we're about to make a change that will transform the space and bring new energy into the garden. This spot has always felt like a sacred place in the garden, a quiet corner with so much charm. But the small tree that was planted here a while back never quite fit the wonderful space to enhance it.
The existing sourwood tree is beautiful, but unfortunately it struggled in this space. To elevate this area, we wanted something more sculptural, a tree that would anchor the garden year-round. I came across this gorgeous weeping blue atlas cedar. Its cascading form, twisting branches, and soft blue foliage make it feel like a living piece of art, elegant in every season. Replacing a tree is never an easy decision, but gardens evolve. When something isn't thriving, it's often a sign that the space is ready for a new chapter. I also wanted to share a practical tip here, especially if you're working alone and planting a larger tree. I learned this trick from another gardener, and it has completely changed the way I handle big container-grown trees by myself. Instead of trying to lift the tree out of the pot, I use a box cutter, ideally with a brand new blade. A sharp blade makes this much easier. I didn't have a new blade with me today, so it was a bit more challenging, but it still works. I start by cutting off the bottom of the pot. After that, I make a vertical cut down the side. It's still not easy with a tree over 7 feet tall in a large heavy pot. But once the bottom is cut off, I can gently push the tree with the sides of the pot still on, straight into the prepared hole. That extra flexibility makes it so much easier to move the tree around. Adjust the angle and get the positioning just right without straining or damaging the roots. This is the step you don't rush, letting the natural flow of the branches guide the final position of the tree and taking the time to make sure it's facing its best angle. Now let's make a vertical cut down the side. Once the pot is fully removed, we gently free up some of the roots to encourage them to grow beyond the container and establish naturally in the surrounding soil. I'm not being aggressive here, just loosening and teasing the outer roots enough to break that container shape and give them a new direction. Now the roots are freed up, and we can start backfilling with garden soil mixed with the native soil, making sure there are no air pockets around the root ball. Planting depth is very important. The trunk should never be buried. The root flare, where the trunk widens into roots, should sit at or slightly above ground level. When a tree is planted too deep, it can struggle to get enough oxygen at the root zone and become more susceptible to rot disease and long-time decline. Next, let's give it a good drink of water to help settle the soil around the roots. To finish, I add a layer of mulch to help retain moisture and protect the roots as the tree settles into its new home. It's important to keep mulch from touching the trunk. Piling it against the bark can trap moisture and lead to rot, disease, and pests. Instead, spread the mulch in a wide ring about 2 to 4 inches deep, keeping it a few inches away from the trunk and root flare. This donut shape protects the roots while keeping the trunk dry and healthy. This is one of those moments where a decision like this creates a lasting impact, and that's one of the things I love most about gardening. Thanks so much for watching. Happy gardening!